Well, hello, everybody. My name is Sarah, and this is Pearls of Wisdom and Food with a keto lifestyle, a maintenance lifestyle, just just dealing with what, my body, my personality, my addictions all want, all combined. Same for you, I hope. And so it's the middle of January. And did you make any decisions towards the end of December that January would be different? Did you? Resolutions? Are you following them still? I wake up every day and I pray for abstinence and food sobriety because even though I've been doing this deal, I'm over 70 now. I still think about food all the time. I'm not hungry, but I think about food, what I'm going to do for my menu for the whole week. I don't know. Are any of you in charge of the household cooking, prep, thinking, shopping like I am? And so you have to kind of think about it a lot of the time just to get what you need for the week. Fortunately, I eat a lot of the same things every week, so it's kind of a routine. Tuesday and Wednesday are really the wild cards, and um, I'm trying to work off stuff in the freezer just to give a little room, and and so when I buy something and I think it's a great deal, you know, I put it in the freezer and then I don't do anything with it. That's, one of my defects. And so anyway, and we did have a huge freezers purge a few months ago, and I've managed to slowly, buy here this and that and put it here and there. And then Greg went and bought another freezer. Oh my god. So anyway, it's a first world problem, right? So with your food plan, how are you doing? Are you in maintenance? Do you have, you know, some places you'd like to do things better with your food, your choices, your weight, your scale, your habits, your concerns about yourself? I I know that um in my food plan I'm happy to be on maintenance, but I'll tell you it's a challenge all the time because there's times that I know I have heavier carb days, total carbs. Sometimes it's because I'm having a treat. Other times it's because I'm having like a squash or a sweet potato. And I guess it all works out. It's is this what being normal is like? Can you be normal after being so um weird thought thinking for so many years? I mean, I've had decades of food issues and food substitutions, alternatives. Oh, no, I'm not even going to go back there again and try to fix it. I've had years of skewed thinking about foods and emotional skewed thinking about foods. And I think of some of the naughty things, shopping for others, my eyes land on um, things that were absolute binge foods that I just couldn't go near today. Um, and it's just interesting, what happens in a second of like walking by a certain there's there's two. One was a salty and one was a sweet. And when I walk by them in the stores, it's just kind of funny because in a flash of a few seconds, I've relived those years of like from 10 to 55, 45 years of not pay. Well, there were some years in there where I did pay a good amount of attention. And as some of I've had some divorces in my life. And so I always think of the divorce diets where, hold on a second. It's rare my cats meow, and usually when they do, it's when they brought in something from the outside. So, and let me know. It's like they're warning. I've got a treat for you, Mom. Thanks. So anyway, it a lot of years of undoing, unpacking, and figuring out what works, what doesn't. And so the challenges come with maintenance thinking and eating. So it's just kind of fascinating. I love the keto food plan and, meat and veggies and good oils. And, I love my big salads. I love my big eggs, my jumbo eggs. I love my steak and pork chops, and then my little things like the crack slaw. I love the pizza with my favorite is the red pepper cauliflower crust, but all of the versions of the cauliflower crust. I love that on Saturday. We do the big green egg on Sunday. And so there's not a whole lot of variations. I love vegetables, and I've loved reintroducing them. Some of you may know that I did the carnivore food plan for a while, and maybe I healed my body. Maybe I got to a place where I was able to get to the maintenance and the OMAD. The clean fasting was, as I say, often is the game changer that I had. Giving up flavored coffees and flavored waters, and drinking only black coffee and only plain water in my clean intermittent fasting hours. I eat one meal a day between 2 and 3. And, I usually, the salad takes the longest out of all of them. And I don't snack, and I don't have a larger window than that. It's just one meal a day. A lot of you have seen what I've posted. And so, hunger isn't the issue. It's the thought process. And I love being busy, mostly with my Instacart. And, excuse me, although Whole Foods has an ad now for in-store shoppers where you do the same thing as Instacart, except you just get it ready and put it in the freezers and fridges or on shelves there for people to pick up. They don't have delivery with the Prime down here. Maybe that's something they'll do in the future. But anyway, so I'm around food all day, thinking about food and seeing what works. I've come a long way, baby. Some of you may see my Weight Watchers. It's so funny. So I'll have like 5 or 6 years ago, I would have done a video. I can tell by my hair, right? The hair is different. And some snarky person will come on and give this comment about something. And of course, even I've evolved, like most of you have, with what you eat, how you eat it, what works, what doesn't. At the beginning of keto, I did a lot of keto baking and recipes and some keto things that weren't and then I stopped doing them. There's a lot of keto junk food. One time I remember there was some sort of article about it, and it talked about like you're really just that chip that you used to eat, you're really exchanging it for a keto chip. You understand that, right? It's just instead of being a potato or corn-based, chip. I mean, just go down the chip aisles and you'll know what I'm talking about. And now having like a cauliflower one or even a chickpea one or almond flour one. It's just kind of funny. So if you've got the junk food mentality from those main aisles of the standard American diet, and you just switch over to the keto with the keto products, are you still not dealing with the sugar craving, the crunch salt craving? You've just transferred it to a different product. You know what I'm saying? And so for some people, they don't really have to deal with the emotional ties they might have had to that chip aisle of standard American products because they just switched over. Or the same with the protein bars, or the same with the yogurts that are sweetened with, other things besides sugar or maybe low enough sugar. I do look forward to seeing what those Clio bars will be like without the added sugar. So it's just kind of interesting. Sometimes, as a person practicing a food plan, you don't really have to deal with the emotional part of it because keto has been around long enough that you can find some wonderful alternates and substitutes that keep you safe, that keep you, if you're in a carb conscious frame of mind, frame of food plan. And so emotionally, you can get those needs met, right? I mean, I know a lot of people do. Look at the Halo Top and the Rebel and all the different sort of, frozen treats, frozen desserts that I've partaken in. Um, and, they're interesting. And yes, they do serve a purpose, I think, right? For me, it was it's now about the one meal, and it's like not necessarily what I eat in that one meal. It's the intermittent fasting with the clean part, just the plain water, just the black coffee in those 23 hours over here, no snacks, no flavorings, not even having my supplements, right? That all happens in that one particular hour. And yes, the food choices that I have are mostly, 80 to 90% keto with the 10 to 20% variance. Um, I have now that I see how that whole thing kind of works out, at least with my body at this stage. I think getting to maintenance was was a relatively easy, but a lot of stalls and plateaus that I think if you do the clean intermittent fasting, you might notice it takes care of the stalls and the plateaus. And you end up being in a place where losing is easier the more that you put what you eat there. And the people that promote the clean intermittent fasting, they have much bigger windows than I have. Maybe because I'm, 70 and we have different metabolisms at 70 than you do at 40 or 50 or 30. So for me, having that one meal, and I'm calorie conscious again, which I wasn't like doing the carnivore, give me 2 pounds of fatty meat, but now I've got much more of a conscientious approach with the calories too. So it's a blend and a balance for that particular meal of calories, total carbs, fats, proteins. It like all plays a part. Um, at my highest calorie intake, it's 1,500 a day. And then there's some days like my salad reset on Mondays, sometimes Mondays and Tuesdays. It could be as low as 800 calories. Just a reset in the whole body thing, and not giving it the same every day. It might shock it. I don't know. But whatever it is that I'm doing, I try to be intuitive about it and just go ahead and do it. There are days that I'll add in something into my chronometer that I've already got there, and I'll add one more thing to it because I just kind of have a hankering for it. What comes to mind is something like Brussels sprouts from the Big Green Egg. Love them. They just taste so good. They're crispy and yeah. So it's just it's I guess it's integrating intuitive eating into a clean intermittent fasting that has been a nice game changer, a nice way of me going about it. Still using the kitchen scale, still using the chronometer. Sometimes it's ballpark chronometer. Other times it's very detailed, 30 grams of yellow peppers, 22 grams of orange peppers, things like that. So it's just getting to a place where I can have trust in my choices and my intuition about what will work, what will keep me full, and going about the rest of the day, getting to that one OMAD. And so it's just kind of like, instead of Keto 101, it's like keto slash maintenance 202. I don't know. But it kind of, it does kind of all fit in my day. I've only had one overly full day. It's funny, it was a few days ago, and I guess it was the day that I had a burger and an Applegate hot dog and my medium A salad, and I was full, almost uncomfortably full. And so it was strange. And I don't think I'm going to include the hot dog again. It was a little too salty. I guess I'm not used to it. And so I would just stick with the burger and the medium-sized salad. But it was a funny day because I wasn't expecting to feel too full from those items, but I was. But it was, I guess the hot dog was the tip over. But anyway, it's a live and learn thing. I hope it is that way for you too. I love your comments, so please comment. I love to hear where you're at. You know, it's today where you're at. Tomorrow we could all change. Tomorrow I could drink more water. I could suddenly feel hungry at breakfast. Hasn't happened yet. But, you know, you never know. And so I love to hear how it works for you as well, because we're all, oh God, we're all in this together. And I mean the keto food plan lifestyle. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so glad you're here. Have a happy mid-January day. Bye-bye for now.